Welcome, everybody. How you doing? How are you? My name is Sean Butler. I am not particularly well today. I've got a horrible bout of flu. I'm all bunged up. But you know what? We can't not watch Tottenham in the second version of AngeBall. AngeBall Mark 2. It starts in 57 minutes. How are you guys? How are you? I hope you don't mind me being a little bit for the rest of the day. We're going to get through this together. Listen, a couple of things I want to say straight out of the gate. If you are a member of the channel and you would like to join the show today before the game starts, I can't have you on during the game, but for the next 57 minutes until the game starts, the door is open. If you go to the Spurs Talk Show YouTube channel and you go to the members section, there should be a post in there for members only who will see the StreamYard link. If you want to come on and say hi to me, introduce yourself, let me know your thoughts on today's game, what you want to see, who you don't want to see. We're going to be getting through the squad, the team, the selection in just a moment. But I do want to get to know you guys. This is kind of like a preamble to the amble. The amble being these weekly fan phone-in shows that I've been promising that I'm going to be doing, and I am going to be doing them. As long as I feel better, because right now I'm on death's door. But as soon as I feel better, I'll be doing these at least once a week, depending on the numbers, depending on how many people want to come on, how long it takes and all that stuff. Maybe twice a week. We don't know. We've got the options are there. The options are there. Anyway, before we get into it, let me say hello to a few people. I think today's going to be a real struggle. I hope you don't mind. You're not going to catch COVID from me through the airwaves, but I think I do actually have COVID. My brother who lives in Singapore, funnily enough. He flew over with all of his family, and his family had been in South Africa for 2 weeks, and he'd been in Vancouver, and they all got back together, and they were all sick, and then they flew over, or they got sick when they arrived, rather, off the plane. And then I went and said hello to him and them, and then the next day I was like, oh, God. Oh, no. And I avoided COVID. I never got COVID during COVID. I'm probably, you know what, saying the word COVID, I'll probably just demonetize myself already. Let's find out if I have. Doesn't matter anymore. YouTube hates my channel anyway. Let's say hello to a few people in the chat. Frankly, Tottenham, looking forward to more AngeBall. What's happening, Frank? Hey, Frank, I know you wanted to come on and say hello before, buddy. The option is there, mate. You're a member. The option is there. Bald bean counter. Murder ball. And that's what we're talking about, buddy. It's going to be fun today. It'd be nice to be able to, listen, we have to talk about this because Leicester now are a relegated side. We're going to be seeing Harry Winks against us for the first time. Is he going to be giving away the insights? I don't really think so because he hasn't seen much of Tottenham for the last 12 months. And surely he's not seen any part of AngeBall. But good to see you, Bald Bean Counter. Knives out, hunting packs. Exactly, my man. Exactly. I love it. I love it. Just seeing those sorts of messages, Bald. Just seeing those sorts of messages, my man. It makes me go, I don't care. I don't feel well. We're about to watch some Tottenham. We're about to watch some Tottenham. Yeehaw, baby. Stevie Fraser's in the house as well, saying good morning. Morning, Stevie. Good to see you. Chris Agomba is in the house as well. What's happening, Chris? Good morning, Sean, mate, and everyone in the chat. Good morning to you, buddy. I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing better than I feel. Derek Hutchinson's in the house. Big up, Sean. Time for Kane to go, methinks. I happen to agree, Derek. I happen to agree, mate. Look, I think it's clear as day. I'm not buying into this whole his wife was over in Munich looking at houses nonsense. But he hasn't come out and told Bayern Munich, hey, enough with your nonsense PR, like tomfoolery. Like, enough of it. Stop doing it. It's disrespectful to my club, who I love. Yes, I'm interested in coming, but enough with the tactics. He hasn't done any of that, clearly, because it's amping up. It's not winding down. It's amping up. And that, to me, is something that if he doesn't condemn it, then he's kind of condoning it. I love the guy. I'll always love Harry Kane to the end of the earth and back. But it is time. I think it's time to go. It has to be, really. It has to be. Get the money in. Let's go and find it. Give it to Ange. Let Ange create the team, the magic that he wants to play. As long as they're no more 5'8" players, I'm really worried about the height of our team. I know you might have heard me say it a few times. I'm going to keep saying it a few more times just because, well, I believe it. And secondly, I like to wind people up occasionally. Gary Bryant's in the house. What's happening, Gaza? Good to see you, my mate. Shane Byrne is in the house. Can has Kane put in a transfer request? I don't believe so. He said he wouldn't, or at least the rumours were that he said he wouldn't. But you know what? You're not doing us a favour by behaving the way you're behaving, Harry. You know, you've got influence in this situation. You could snuff this stuff out in a heartbeat if you wanted to. Anyway, good to see you, Shane. Stephen Bogiddy, morning. Come on, you Spurs. Morning, mate. Good to see you. How you doing? Hollywood Hotspur. Hollywood, what's your dream? Everybody comes to Hollywood's got a dream. That's from Pretty Woman, one of my favourite films of all time. Good morning, my man. I hope you're okay, buddy. I hope you're okay. Do you know what? I didn't realise this, but there's a disproportionately higher amount of people that watch my channel in America from the West Coast than there is from the East Coast. And I lived on the East Coast, but maybe I've got more of a West Coast swing. I don't know. Don't know what's going on. 24Z, you're breaking it for me. You Doji started. Okay, listen, I'm going to press pause and saying hello to Brian and everybody else because I don't want to be late to it. It's 10 minutes past 10. We've got 50 minutes. Still, I haven't seen anybody come in who's a member who wants to come on. That's okay. That's okay. That almost tells its own tale. It's either too early or no one's interested. Fine. I won't take it personally. Let's have a look at the team. Oh, dear. Bunged up isn't the word. We have got, guys, can you see this? Can you see the screen? Am I showing you the screen? I'm not showing the screen yet. Come on, Butler. Wakey, wakey. Here we go. We got Vicario in goal. We have Pedro Porro at right back. Again, interesting. We've got Romero and Davies this time with Destiny Udogie at left back. That's interesting. That is interesting. Pierre Mohoibier in the 6. Bissouma in the 8. Oh, are we presuming that? Are we going to presume that that's the way it is? Højbjerg 6, Bissouma 8, Maddison 10. Kulu, Kane, Son. It looks to me like he's trying to figure out his best 11 in his starting in his first 45. Maybe he thought Højbjerg was better than Sarr. I don't know why you would think that. I would have liked to have seen Sarr, Bissouma, Maddison, or even I would have liked to have seen Bissouma, Lo Celso, Maddison. If we're trying to figure out a best 11, we've still got 3 or 4 more games to go. It's not the end of the world. Good to see Sonny back in the team. On the bench, we've got Whiteman, Royale, Reggie, Dyer, Tango, Ollie Skip, Gio, Pape Sarr, Perisic, Solomon, Richarlison. A lot of people have been talking about, in a world where we do lose Kane, and let's presume it's going to happen for the sake of the argument, and I also think it's just time. It's time for Harry Kane to go. Interesting as well, by the way. Look at this. Look whose face is on the first bit of PR. Haven't seen a lot of his face on the PR screen. And you know what? He's got his hand out saying, stop. Or it looks like he could be saying stop. Is that subliminal messaging to Bayern Munich saying, give it a rest? Give it a rest, Germany. We had enough out of you for one summer. Thank you very much. Don't know. But I would have been interested to see, and I like where people are going. When I'm on the various channels and the chats and all that stuff, talking to you lot, there's a lot of people saying, if Kane goes, you move Sonny into the 9, and then you either play Solomon on the left and Kulu on the right, or you play Perisic on the left, and you can play Decky on the right, or you could play Porro up on the right and Richarlison on the left. Like, we still have lots of options. We still do have lots of options. And if it takes, for whatever reason, because I'm at the point right now, I said it the other day, guys, I'm at the point right now where, like, you know me, I'm never going to get bullied into an opinion that just because it's a popular opinion on YouTube or Twitter, I'm never going to sit there and suffer fools or just blindly just believe that whatever piece of news about Daniel Levy has to be negative because people feel that way. And that's not my style. I'll come to my own conclusions. But at the moment, when I see what is going on around the world of football and primarily Premier League clubs, we spoke about this the other night, how Aston Villa have got a revenue of like 2.5 times less than us. I think they've got 40% of the revenue that Tottenham Hotspur have. And yet they don't have a problem spending 50 million quid here and there. I just don't, it no longer makes sense. And I'll always be able to find a rationale until it became that the FFP pivot. The FFP changed from percentage of profitability to percentage of revenue spend. Oh, sorry, percentage spend of revenue. And there's a bedding in period of 3 years. So right now it's 90, so it's the most forgiving. Next year it's 80. The year after, it becomes 70%. So a lot of these clubs are kind of rolling the dice now. They're spending now because they've got more wiggle room, and they won't necessarily be able to do that next year or the year after, and certainly in the years to come, providing that there's no changes or new loopholes that people can find. But it's all very interesting. Anyway, we're going to get back to that in a little while. We can talk. We've got all day together, guys. I'm going to be here for this hour, for the 2.5 hours of the game. And then probably I'm going to stay behind for another hour, hour and a half. I'm going to put out the link to everyone that watches the game with us. I've also got a giveaway. In fact, I might as well start doing it now. Actually, don't start yet because I haven't set it up yet. But I'm going to give away a football shirt, the home kit that I bought. Look, I'll be honest, straight up honest with you. It's not obviously legit. It's from Asia or wherever. It's from my guy who knows a guy, but it is legit. It's off the back of a factory that makes them. It's complete. It's all Nike. It's absolutely 100% legit. It's just got Asian sizing on it. And that basically means that when I bought a double XL, I was buying a double XL for the average size of a human being that's probably 8 stone soaking wet. So I would say it's probably like a medium/large in English human sizes, rather than the other, the kind of the slighter frames of Asia. But if you want that shirt, then at some point in the next 20 minutes or so, I'm going to set up on StreamYard how to do the giveaway. And if you hang around until the end of the stream, then you have the chance to get it, and I'll send it out to you wherever you are in the world. But let's get back to saying hello to people. Brian Anthony's in the house. I'm open to surprises. Good, mate. It's always good to be open-minded. Let me know what your thoughts are on the squad. Milton Nabreji is in the house. Hello from Australia. What's happening, mate? G'day, mate. Oh, it's good evening over there. I just spoke to my buddy, my best mate in the world from Melbourne. It was about 7 p.m. when I spoke to him, or 6 p.m. when I spoke to him over there. So must be about 7:15 now, is it, I guess? Madison needs to score. We putting pressure on him already, Stinging Nettle. We already putting the pressure on, are we? All right, I like it. Did you see that whole story yesterday about him wearing the number 10 shirt? What was that about? People were asking whether or not he would take the number 10, and his reaction was like, "Oh, I don't know what I should say about this." Like, well, you should know what to say, mate. You should say that's Harry's number. I don't know. A bit weird, but I'm sure it was all banter. I haven't seen the clip. I'm just reading it off of the thing. Chris Agomba, Lem sips at the ready, Sean. Yeah, can you hear how bunged up I am, guys? The team is out. Cantab. Listen, I'm going to jump ahead because I'm just going to say hi to some people real quick. 24 Seds in the house. What's happening, my mate? PEH in the house. Kuba's in the house. What's happening, Kuba? Good to see you, my man. Fan overreactions are always more fun than the pundits and commentators. Overreactions. Yeah. I'm definitely an overreactor. I saw I was clipped alongside all the other usual channels that were clipped on the last game. And most people were like, "Yay, we got one back." I'm like, "We're not losing. We are not losing to West Ham. No, sir." And then 5 seconds later, we go 3-2 down. I can't help it. Dan Sandoval's in the house. What's happening, Dan? Good to see you, my man. Cantab's here as well. Please share the team. I have done. Simon Thompson saying, "Stell called me out." Did he? Again? Who cares? He calls a lot of people out. I don't really care about that. Lisa, good morning, Sean. 4 a.m. here. Good. Come on, you Spurs. Keep me awake. Oh, I'll try to. Yeah, that's what he said. Oy, oy. Good to see you, Lisa. I hope Mexico's treating you nicely. 24Z, the options are there. That's why I say as I walk into a club with an Andrew Tate podcast playing. Andrew Tate podcast. What club are you into? What club are you walking into? It's 10 o'clock in the morning, mate. You're going night. You're in a day club. You're in Clapham or something. You've gone to the church in Clapham. Must be somewhere. Bush Rangers in the house. What's happening, Bush? Good to see you. Sean, who would you pick for anytime goal scorer? Today, you're gonna have a bet on a friendly. That is brave, my man. That is a brave thing to do. Listen, I am a gambling degenerate, Bush, as you might know. I love a gamble. I'll gamble on anything. And now you've just made me feel like there's a gamble to be had. Maybe I might do it as well. Who would I pick for any-time goal scorer? I'm going to say today, Sonny. I think Sonny gets a goal. But that's probably not good enough odds. Why don't you go for someone a little bit out there? Someone who's playing in the 8. Why don't you go for like a Lo Celso or a maybe a second half, maybe like an Ollie skip, do something like that, because I feel like the system is going to be set up to have opportunities that don't just fall to the typical. And if you're looking for a little bit more extreme odds, maybe a little bit more value for your money, maybe go and pick someone who's a fullback, pick someone who's in the 8, and go for one of those guys. I reckon there's a good chance we'll get some chances in that regard. But don't go crazy, mate. Friendly money is silly money sometimes. Oliver 243, big up, Sean. Big up, mate. Big up. Score prediction for me today. I think we should be able to beat them comfortably, but I still think we're going to be very vulnerable at the back. Leicester haven't sold all of their talent by any stretch. And they're still a good team who like to play football. Yeah, I think it will be quite an interesting game, actually, because I do think that Leicester like to play. And we didn't really see much of how a team that wants to get the ball and play could figure us out last week or a couple of days ago against West Ham. Whereas Leicester, I think when they get the ball, will try and play around us. So I'm going to say 3-1 Tottenham. Come on. Jake B's in the house. What's happening? Lots of love from Australia today, mate. There you go. Perfect, mate. Appreciate that, Milton. You're from Melbourne as well. No, lots of Australians in the house. I suppose it's nice timing for you, isn't it? 6 o'clock in the evening, 7 o'clock in the evening. Good to see you, boys. I lived in Elwood for a couple of years, and I lived in Fitzroy North. Is that what it's called? North Fitzroy? Yeah. North Fitzroy for a year. The happiest days of my life were in Melbourne, and I had nothing. When I first arrived there, I had no money. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any idea what I was doing for a job. And I'd left the life in London where I had all that set up and I was doing well for myself. And I started again. And I promise you, within the first 3 months of being there, I was like, this is just paradise. I love it. I got very jealous of you Australian people. You got life worked out over in Australia. Philip White's in the house. Chris Agomba's here. Let me scoot through some of these. Robert Duar's here. Good to see you, mate. Kuba's saying if Kane goes, so be it. Life goes on, and we'll just find our next hero. I've seen Hoddle, Waddle, Gaza, Van der Vaart, and Bale go. We always find another favourite. We do, mate. 100% we do, buddy. 100%. Big up, Nicky boys in the house. Here's the hype. Yes, mate. Oh yeah, I know you want. I know you don't like it when I mention things that are pertinent. I got a feeling, 24Z, that maybe you're like someone who's aerially challenged. Maybe you're like 5'9", and you don't like the fact that I'm calling it out as a problem. Speaking of people that are challenged in the growth. She's in the background. Here we go. Welcome to the show, Mia.
The cheek of it. The bloody cheek of it. Do you know what I always say, Sean? I just grew till I was perfect, and I was perfect quicker than everybody else, man.
Well, fair enough. No, welcome. Yeah. How tall are you?
4'11".
4'11" doesn't even make the... I was saying this the other day. We got half a team full of people that can't get on, that panic when they're approaching the front of the queue on roller coasters. You'd fall into that category, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't really like roller coasters, luckily, anyway. But yeah, my children are now taller than me, and they're 13 and 14, which is really depressing.
No, stay there, man. I've got a quick super chat to go to. Rob Wallace is saying, morning, everyone, or morning, evening, Sean. Just a small token to the demonetization fund for Bugsy's lunch. Mate, I really do appreciate it. Yeah, look, Rob, you're absolutely very generous, my man. Guys, look, I'm never going to ask for anything, but for what it's worth, like YouTube, I've spoken to YouTube. They put me on some sort of blacklist where as soon as I go live, maybe it was because last year I spent a lot of time swearing or whatever on the stream. I don't know, but I'm in some blackout. So there's absolutely zero benefit. Yeah, there's zero benefit to doing these things financially, apart from to obviously spend time with you guys, and the occasional super chat or membership really helps. But listen, no pressure. I know everyone's going through a hell of a tough time and stuff. But Rob, I really appreciate your generosity, my man. Listen, we got Nick in the house who's also saying only 208 watching. Actually, there's 380 watching. I don't know how many likes we're on, but I'm sure we can do better. Help a brother out, guys. Help a brother and a sister out. Mia, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Looking forward to the game?
Yeah, I'll be interested now. Like, he's obviously mixed up the team a little bit, which I thought he would do anyway. So yeah, I mean, I want to see what we're doing. I think that it's more about playing that attacking football again, and seeing what we can do. So yeah, I want to see. I'm intrigued to see what happens.
Same here. Listen, I just want to call out another new member to the team. Welcome, Joe Lombardi. I don't know if that's your actual name, but if it is, it's one of the greatest, coolest names I've seen. It also reminds me, I think, of an American football player, but I might be wrong about that. But welcome to the team, mate. And like I say, you will be able to. I mean, the option is there today. We've got 40 minutes until the game starts. Then obviously we're going to go and do the watch along. But I will be doing the fan phoning shows at least once a week, depending on if people actually want to come on and join. The last thing I want to do is talk about it for like 2 months, build it up, and then go, this is a fan phoning show, and then put the link out there, and then absolutely nobody turns up.
Yeah, that's why I came on, because I felt bad for you, Sean. Like, I thought, bless him.
Me, mate. Never feel bad for me. Never feel bad for me. I'm good. Joe, welcome to the show, mate. Welcome to the team. I've got a couple of people in the background that are going to come in and join, and they haven't found the link through the memberships. They found the link through my WhatsApp group, but that's okay too.
Yeah, because I have to get a membership now to get the link, you see, because it's what happens when you've got some sort of person who kicks you out of groups, and when you leave a group, you're the one who has to apologise.
You left the group.
You kicked me out twice, though.
No, I didn't. You left the group. You
kicked me out. You've kicked me out of that group twice, yeah. And you never sent me the invite privately or nothing here no more. So I have to pay to come on. That's what.
Well, listen, just apologise, and you can come back in anytime you want. That's all it takes.
I'm not doing it.
Right, stay there. Let me bring the guys in. We got Mr. Ranj Postacoglu. What's happening, Ranji?
Oh, not him, for God's sakes.
Well, I was just saying, Sean, if she's not going to apologise, because she'd have to, get on a couple of yellow pages to come up to your level, wouldn't she?
A couple, more like 5 probably.
Snow White's dwarfs are taller than you, Mia.
That's all right. I don't care. I get into children's shoes, so it's all good for me. I pay cheaper for trainers, man.
That's a benefit. That's a benefit.
There we go.
Let me just get the last guy in. What's happened? This guy is a man about town. I think he's got one of the fastest growing channels I've ever seen to get from 0 to where he's at in about 5 minutes and 6 seconds. He's doing bits and pieces with his crazy little like moving molten lava background. I don't know what's going on, but it's very, very interesting to see. Welcome to the show, Paul, the Hotspur hippie. How are you, Paul?
G'day, man. It's because I'm obviously so dynamic.
Yeah, fluid rigidity.
Yeah, I mean, nice. you can see why people are flocking in, eh?
Good, mate. Good to see you guys. Listen, everyone, I can't keep saying hello to everybody in the chat all the time, but I'm saying hello to everyone virtually now. We've got 4 people now. I've got to move on and start having a conversation about the game, but I hope everyone locks themselves in quickly. Donna Cullen, what's happening? Donna, you shouldn't be in Singapore. You should be back at home sorting out press releases and doing something that earns your paycheck, because you shouldn't be there walking across training pitches with your mate Daniel Levy. And I know what's going on, Donna. I know that you've got some incriminating or like something. You've got a picture of his somewhere, somehow. You know that your job is safe, and I don't understand it. But thank you very much for the super chat. She says, hello, Mrs. Mia and Mr. Butler. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Right, let me start with you on this one, or Mia, I'll go around the houses. I'll get the team back up again. What are your thoughts on the team? Are you happy? Is there any, are we thinking that this is like a version of the first team, that he's trying to figure out the first 45 minutes is the first team and he's trying to tinker with it to make it, and the second half is just for the also-rans? What's your plan?
I think it's an absolute travesty that Emerson Royale has been overlooked at right back. Again, in his preferred position. No, I think this is probably, barring maybe Davis and Højbjerg, this is probably about as close to what we're going to start the game at Brentford.
You think this is as close as it can be? Do you?
Yeah, I think Van der Ven for Davis. Obviously, it was done, and we're waiting for it to be done. And then obviously Højbjerg goes, and I guess you put in.
That is done, by the way.
Okay.
It's been done for 5 weeks. They're just delaying everything for the purposes of dramatic effect.
Drama, I think Højbjerg. There's obviously whoever goes in instead of Højbjerg. I guess it's they're waiting for Tanguy to get fit so that he can come in and ball. I'm not getting into a Harry Winks, Tanguy and Dumbele debate.
Yeah, let's not get into that again,
because I was about to lose my mind. I think that's pretty much there or thereabouts.
Sorry,
Don't worry, Sean. I'm not going over it again. My mind is. People were saying they wanted Winks. If they had a choice, they'd take Harry Winks over Ndombele.
Unbelievable. I've said hello to everybody. I've said hello to as many people as I can. I've got to press on at some point. If you don't start getting on with the content, it's just a hello. 2 hours of hellos to everybody. Paul, I'll come to you, mate. Is this, running off of what Nick's saying, is this as close to the first team as you think it's going to be? Or is there people out there, apart from the injured ones? We haven't seen Tanguy, we haven't seen Dyer, but apart from that.
Yeah, it's getting there now. I don't know about Højbjerg being in there, but it was good to see that Sanchez wasn't on the bench, and also Spence. I thought Spence might have made an appearance tonight, but is he injured or is he
was
just
injured.
like
Yeah, he's
crap?
got a bad back, hasn't he?
Oh, the old bad back. Okay, that's code, isn't it? That's what footballers always say, isn't it? When they just can't be asked playing anymore, they got a bad back. But yeah, I mean, apart from Højbjerg and Davies, like Raj said there, it's not a bad-looking team. And I'm excited about tonight, man. I'm excited because we came on leaps and bounds in that first game against West Ham, especially in the second half. And maybe we just get better. Who knows?
I mean, yeah, who does know? I actually thought the second half performance was far better than the first half, if I'm entirely honest. So if we're assuming that the first half team is the first team, so to speak, and yet the best player on the pitch in the entire 180 isn't included in the first half team, then does that lead you to make some sort of assumptions that Lo Celso is putting himself in the shop window more than he is putting himself in the list for contention?
Yeah, I said that the other day. I thought that it could be that's why he's playing well, because he has always been like a bit of a purple patch player, isn't he? He's had times where he is good, and then other times he's just completely off the boil. So I think he is definitely more putting himself in that shop window. For me, I would have liked to see Sarr in the middle. I would have liked to see Sarr a bit more. I think he deserves a chance. I really do. I really like Sarr. And obviously Davies is a bit of a contentious one. I don't think that's going to go well. With Porro and Udogie, I think that's really attacking, not very...
that's crazy attacking, isn't it?
I'm not really fancying our chances not to concede 5 goals, if I'm honest.
Not if Højbjerg sat in the 6.
That's what I'm saying. We've got Højbjerg, we've got Davies, we've got Udogie and Porro. So our defences are really weakened in that way. So I don't know what he's trying to maybe test it out. I don't know what he's trying to do.
We've got one recognised defensive player on the pitch in Romero, or 2 if you get Ben Davies, and Romero's the most lunatic of.
And Davies isn't the best when he's playing that position. So
he's got no pace. So we've got basically 10 forward players on the pitch today. We'll score one more than you.
That's what I'm saying. We'll concede 5, but maybe score 6. So, but yeah, I think we will concede with that. I'm a bit concerned. So maybe he's just trying to test the waters a little bit to see what works, possibly. But I'd like to see Højbjerg go anyway. So I think Højbjerg should go, and obviously get somebody in next to Romero. So those changes, I think, hopefully by the time we do play in the Prem, that we will have.
Yeah.
And also Kane. Do you know what? I said I was a bit radical, and I said I wouldn't have started Kane because of all this noise and stuff. I would have liked to see maybe a Porro starting Kula's position and a Solomon. And maybe with Charleston or Sonny in the middle. Yeah. To mix it up a bit, because everyone knows when we play Kane how we're going to play, because Kane, I'd like to mix it up a little bit and also make Kane think about, if you're going to mess around, then you F around and you find out, innit? Like, because he hasn't really come out and disputed anything that that's been said, so maybe I'm just a bit harsh. Yeah,
Shawnee frozen.
Yes. Richarlison though. Richarlison, totally unconvincing last game. Totally unconvincing last season.
I don't think he's unconvincing.
That close to calling it on that pretend footballer.
Do you know what, Paul? I think it is with him. He's trying too hard.
I don't know if he's got it.
In that second half, right, we played better because of the way Richarlison played, because he opened up the play more than what Kane did. So I think But he's trying too hard, man. He tries too hard. And I think that's where he goes wrong. We have seen him score, 12 goals he can score for Everton. That's the most he's scored. I think we can get that out of him. I really do. But I think it's confidence. I think he's trying too hard. What do you think, Nick, since I'm in charge now? This is a Spurs between the lines takeover, guys.
I would say I think Adoji and Emerson score more than Richarlison this season.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I
think Sean said it, didn't he? Sean was saying he was going to put a bet with someone for a charity stream and everything else. But yeah, I like the bit of the Spurs admin has played a bit of a shithousery with Kane being on the thumbnail.
Yeah. But they haven't really put him up front for anything else, really. This is the first time we've sort of seen him a bit more up front, in the limelight, because he hasn't been doing nothing else speaking at all on any of this, or any of the things. So it just looks like to me that they're trying to keep him out of that a little bit, maybe.
Well, I think it's a bit of both. They're trying to protect them and they're trying to protect.
Appreciate you.
Oh, boo.
Thank
God you're back, Sean. Mia was taking over. Jesus.
No, I appreciate it. Like, honestly, I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. Like when I did the last watch along, there was no issues. I got through 2.5 hours just by myself. There was no issues. The second I go to a panel,
Sean,
I'll tell you what, right?
So your cash and history, Sean, yeah?
Listen, he's got 12k and he hasn't even got good enough internet, mate. Disgraceful, man. Disgraceful.
No, I've got the fastest internet known to man coming in a minute. Like NASA have tapped me up saying, as soon as you're like dialed in with this new thing that's happening in the road, can you give us a call? Because I've heard your speeds are going to be phenomenal. I don't know what I missed in the last chat, but I did want to ask Paul. I saw you were shaking your head at Mia's assertion that we should be resting Kane, dropping Kane, and trying a. Because ultimately, like, are we wasting precious moments here, giving Kane minutes if Kane isn't going to be here? It's a reasonable question, I think.
Well, I think while he's here, isn't he? He's not going anywhere at the moment, so you can only deal with what's in front of you. And I think Kane showed, even though he didn't score last week, that he was. You can just see that, like, someone like Kane and Richarlison are so far apart. Richarlison runs away from space into players most of the time. It's like the only way he can create space is by running himself offside, and even then he's between two players. So no, I'm all for Kane getting as many match minutes as we can. Why not?
Well, it doesn't have to be Richarlison necessarily. I guess the other option is, like, I agree with you. I think Richarlison. I think I made my point about this even before we signed the guy, and I've been thus far, to my disappointment, proven right. I'd love to be proven wrong when I think that a Tottenham signing is going to fail, but Richarlison's been absolutely atrocious. But it doesn't have to necessarily be that way. To Mia's point, you could bring in Sonny into the centre, and then you could have someone like Solomon on the left, Daki on the right, or you could play Porro on the right and Solid. Like, there's other options that you could play with to sort of tweak with.
Well, if
needing to rely on Richarlison.
If we get the news flash out tomorrow that Kane's on his way, then we'll change it tomorrow. But today, that's what we got to play with.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to come to you now, Nick. But before I do, I just want to keep up to date with these members. I think everyone's being super generous. Because obviously they know now I can't make any money out of YouTube, so I'm leaning into the fans to be generous people. And like, there are £2 memberships available. It does get you access to the phone-in show and stuff when it's happening. But I really appreciate you, Dunkle Stalk. I think you've been a member before, so maybe you're just reloading on the membership. But I really appreciate you, mate, for your support. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. Let me come to you, Nick. Yeah, what's your take on this? Yeah, like Harry Kane. Is there an argument to say that we're wasting minutes on Harry Kane if he's not going to be, or he doesn't want to be here, especially when the first 45 minutes against West Ham didn't look interested, did he?
No, look, and I think it's a case of it's just another. It'll be whatever whether he scores. If he scores, then it'll be him trying to put himself in the shop window. If he plays badly, it's because he doesn't care. It's just, I'm just bored of it. Look, just get this preseason tour done. Bayern, if you want him, just drop 100 million, then we'll start talking. And then Kane also come out and say, look, if Kane comes out and just says the club know what the price is. If Bayern meet that price, I'm off. If they're not, I'm here for another year. And I said it. I said this. I don't know where I said this last night, but if I was Harry Kane, I would be waiting a year and I'd be going to Man United, because they are a striker away from absolutely being back. United being back, because they looked good last night.
Did you watch them yesterday?
Yeah.
Arsenal looked absolutely atrocious. And your man Kai Havertz, 75 million. Chelsea literally said, "Bend over."
Now, I wondered.
Havertz is so bad. He's so bad.
Not only that, Declan Rice got done by an 18-year-old. Was in the 18-year-old's pocket all game, and Timber. I don't know how it was possible to look worse than Ben White, but he made himself look worse than Ben White. So I don't know if they've got any receipts to get their money back, like a 14-day money back guarantee. But that's 200 million plus worth of talent that, well, just looks brilliant from our point of view, but from an Arsenal point of view, is not so good. Arsenal fans fighting in the stands, Lego heads coming out and moaning about tackles.
I don't know if that's English.
The real Arsenal.
That might not have been English Arsenal fans, mate. I've lived in New Jersey. I have lived in New Jersey.
I'm not saying
New Jersey, and they love a fight.
If that was us, Sean, they'd be putting us in the mud this morning, right? But
true.
True. Don't do and Arteta with the tackles. They were too fierce. They were, there was too much in them. The real Arsenal are coming back, and I absolutely love it. Arteta moaning after games. Ramsdale is pre-Arsenal. Ramsdale letting in goals that he should be saving, and then they're still talking.
Arsenal are finishing outside the top 5 this season, Nick. They're done. Wow. They were the Leicester. They were the Leicester of the 2020s. but Leicester won a trophy. Let's see what happens. 24Z is saying, Sean, you are right. You were right. We missed out on the Jackson kid. Yes, mate. Nico Jackson. I said it. We should have got him on that one. He is class. He only cost 30 mil. He's better than Ozil. He's going to be an absolute talent. Absolute talent. I'm starting to worry a little bit about Chelsea right now. 24. You're also saying push his channel.
Shit, mate. This shit. Don't worry about Chelsea. What are you worried about Chelsea for? Come on, Shawnee. Turn that frown upside down.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I'm not sure, 24Z, whose channel you're asking me to push. I'm sure it's some of these people's here on this panel. If it's not, let me know. But of course, I'm going to be pushing the channels of Hotspur Hippie and Between the Lines and Shelf Side. I'll need to get them up in a second. That's what he said. Whilst I do that, Mia, let me ask you to answer this. Phil P's asking, what's more probable? Kane or Mbappe or Wi-Fi for Shawnee?
I think the Kane and Mbappe, surely.
100%. I know. Let me give you a bit more difficult. Paul's channel has almost at 1K. Sorry, I just thought. Yeah. I'm going to get all their channels up in a second, guys. It's not just Paul's channel. Mia's almost there as well, and Shelfside Spurs. Shelfside Spurs don't even want to monetize. They got over 1K like last year, and they're doing so well in life. They're like,
it's because of their behaviour. They want to misbehave. That's why.
Exactly, Sean. We want to mate. Can you imagine getting monetized? Then I won't be able to get drunk. I won't be able to take my top off. I won't be able to swear. I won't be able to cause mayhem. Sorry, guys.
True. Fair enough. All right. Let me ask. I'll ask you a round table question. Whilst am I still here? Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Sean,
I think my screen's freezing again. This is going to be a nightmare. Let me ask Nick. I'll start with you. What is your ideal 11? I know. Start with obviously what we've seen thus far. What's on the bench? you can pick who you don't want or who you do want to stay, Lo Celso, Ndombele, whatever, throw them all in there. But right now, assuming we're going to get one centre-back, like of Van der Ven or Tapsoba quality, explain to me your 11.
Well, first of all,
what? The game is off.
Apparently the game's been called off.
What?
What?
You got to be kidding.
No.
In the mud. Hammering it down.
In the very mud. In the very muddy. The very muddy
Yeah.
mud.
Oh, you should go over there, Sean. It'd suit you with your flip-flops in the mud.
That's for real.
Are you kidding? Are people kidding?
No, I think the game, it doesn't say it's off. People are
Oh,
saying
actually,
it's off.
Alistair Gold's tweeted. Let's have a look.
He tweeted earlier saying that the pit is hammering it down. There's puddles on the pitch. This is incredible.
Well, the reference.
Tottenham tweeted like 1 minute ago a video of Vicario.
Oh, I don't know. Apparently, the ref was inspecting the pitch, and that was about 5 minutes ago.
What's the weather in Manchester today? Because we got one day left in the Ashes as well. So
I think the Aussies might get lucky. I think with the weather. Hopefully not. Yeah, Ali Gold saying it's a tad wet here. Pitch puddles everywhere.
He hasn't said it's off.
He hasn't. No one said it's off yet.
Okay.
We're waiting for it. But anyway, what we say? My perfect team.
Yeah.
I would say what we're saying with Van der Ven or not with Van der Ven. What we've got now, right?
Yeah, no. With the centre back, assuming that we're not going to have to play.
Van der Ven's done, so we'll go with that. I think it's got to be obviously Vicario, Adoji, Van der Ven, Romero, Emerson, and then I think we go. If Højbjerg is staying, you're going to go Højbjerg, Basuma, Maddison. Then I do Porro, Son, and Kane. Porro on the right wing instead of Kulu.
So, you're dropping Kulu to the bench in place of Porro.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting.
Get my boy Emerson in. Obviously, I've got to get my boy Emerson.
Who's your midfield three?
If obviously if Højbjerg is staying, it's going to be Højbjerg, Basuma, and Maddison, I think. So Lo Celso, you want out the door? Yeah, I don't think 45 minutes of him playing well is. Yeah, yeah, like I said, if he stays, I'd love to see a Ndombele, Maddison, Basuma. I'd love to see that three.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would obviously what we saw last season with Kulusevski. Obviously, we've had one good, one bad. I just think Porro. I just think Porro is more effective on that right hand side. Kulu's too predictable. Porro's got the pace. He's got more pace, and he's obviously with his crossing and everything else. I think he's just far more. For us going forward and playing that attacking press, he's better there than he is in that right back position because he can't defend.
This is so Spursy, says Brains. Absolutely spot on, mate. Inspection is going on. Play the match. Remove that message, Sean. I have removed it, but I'm not sure if
young Spurs keeper Josh Keeley kicked the ball from the goal along the ground. It reached the edge of the 6-yard box and stopped.
Wow. Wow. Muddier flip-flops. Sean's Wi-Fi or this friendly, says Phil. I don't know what's going on. Can someone keep an eye on Spurs play? Because if it's not done, then I can end the stream, Dave, and go back to bed and feel sorry for myself for the next 24 hours. But it's monsoon season. How bad, how stupid.
Yeah, they're trying to clear the pitch edges. Alistair Gold has just said 38 seconds ago, might be a losing battle here. So there's no official news that it's been called off.
What were they thinking? What were they thinking going to Singapore in
monsoon season? Honestly,
24Z. Now, 24Z, you flip-flop more than Javianas, mate.
He wants to
I just held your message up for the last 20 seconds. You're all over the place, bro. What's going on? Unbelievable. Hey, I've got these links I want to put. I don't know what happened to Paul. Paul's disappeared.
He came in, got his plug, fucked off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
As far as the team goes, you know who I'd have my midfield would have to be? It'd be Benny, Basuma, and Maddison for me. That's what I'd like.
Benny,
my midfield.
Basuma,
Yeah, when they're all
Madison.
fit.
Yeah, when they're all
playing
fit.
in the 6 though? Who's playing in the 6?
Well, I mean, they have it like kind of fluid, don't they? Obviously, Basuma can play. I think Basuma's a bit of both. Like, I don't think he's either specifically or. And we've got Joe. I'd like to see Sarr get a bit more time. I think they will switch it up to do that. And I'm definitely in agreement with. I want a Porro and Solomon on the wings combination because I think that would be absolutely saucy because they can both pass and they can both score. So I think they both are really, really good. I'd really like to see both of them on the pitch at the same time. Personally,
100%. 24, mate. Just so you know, bro, I've had hard-ons for far lower than 6s, mate. In my time, I've had hard-ons for 5s, for 4.5s, even sometimes for like 3.5s that I'm raising up to a 4 just to give myself a little bit of self-confidence.
What is this conversation, guys, man? What's the matter with you?
Yeah, don't act all innocent with your.
No. I tell you what it is. It's
your OnlyFans accounts that you like.
Listen, right? I don't number my men. I don't say.
Sorry, Mia's got OnlyFans accounts that she follows, does she?
No. Oh, what I'm saying is, I don't put numbers on people. I don't go. There were 5. There were 6. Like, what is wrong with people, man?
Mia's like, if they're not a 10, they can fuck off.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not like that, man. I'm not like that at all. But the people that do that, I'm just like. Really, you've got to put numbers. It's just so like it's not very nice.
You have to keep score. We have to keep score.
Well, some people do. Some people do. Some of us don't really do that kind of thing. But you know,
and some of us have just forgotten how many.
you have to know what you got home with. You wake up the next day and go, "Wow, was I really calling that a 6 last night?" Sorry, I'm going to get cancelled. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that 99.2% of my audience is men.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? That's why you can get away with it. Like, exactly. No women watch you because they're like, "What is this nonsense they chat?"
We are the Andrew Tate of Tottenham community. The Andrew mate.
17 seconds ago, 2 people are attempting to clear the water off the huge pitch, and there's 4 people repainting the lines.
Oh my god,
that's unbelievable! A false 9. I've loved many a false 9 in my time, Cantab. I love many a false 6. Chem's in the house saying some really interesting stuff here, guys. 156 likes, 456 watching. What's going on, people? Need a little bit of love. It's got to smash it. It costs nothing. To do it. Even if you're watching on TV, which I understand is a little bit more difficult, you still just got to play around with your remote control for a second and then find the like button if you're logged in and smash it for me. Do us a favour. I'm sick. I should be in bed. Coming out here talking to Mia and Nick where is the Hotspur hippie? He just disappeared.
Yeah, he's had enough.
Yeah, enough of your nonsense.
Channel. All right, well, I'm still going to put his link out there. I'll try and help a brother out. Where is it? What do I do with his link?
It's raining in Manchester as well. For God's sake, those Aussies are going to get away with it.
If you haven't already, guys, I've been putting the links up for Paul's channel, for Range's, and for Mia's. Smash the likes. I'll put them in the title after the show as well. But yeah, we've got 10 minutes to go until kick-off, whatever it's called. Are we getting anywhere? Do we have any clue what's going on? I'm gonna look at Berlin. Spurs play.
No, they're trying to repaint everything.
It's a madness exercise, though. Like, if you're not going to be able to actually do anything, you know, if the game's barely playable, what's the point of doing it? It's not like it's a Premier League encounter where the backlog will add up.
Can you imagine, right, that like after 10 minutes, they're going to have to go back and draw the lines on again. They'll probably like have to keep going around and putting all the lines back on the pitch. Like, what an absolute joke.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Over the box to box 6. Yeah, this is the sort of conversation that I used to have when I was when we were breaching 1,000 Kuba back in the day, mate. When you were regular, this is the. I know. I need to be a little bit more careful around these parts these days, but never mind. It's out there now. Cantab saying he's gone through a joint.
So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, you might as well just say it.
Honest to God, though, there's not really that much point in if the game is not going to be playable to the point where you can learn anything, then what's the point of playing it? You know, I think it's going to be called off.
No, it's Joe. What it isn't looking good. To be fair, I've just seen the video of the rain coming down.
The stadium looks empty.
Not looking good. Not looking good.
Dear, oh dear.
This is still at least we can't lose then.
I mean, technically, we haven't lost.
Any transfer news on today? Well, Sean's got contacts with some good people.
Again.
No, you're here, Sean. We can hear you.
Unfortunately,
he can't hear us.
Oh, maybe he can't.
But we can hear him.
So can we say whatever we like about it because he can't hear us?
I'm back.
Damn.
You're just playing the game. Hello. Hello.
See what we say about him.
I don't know. Well, we've got 5 minutes to kick off, but I think if anything, it's going to be delayed. But is there any point? There's no point, is there?
There's no point in what? Life?
Life in general.
No, I mean, there's no point in this. 24Z saying, can't they just delay it?
The rain's still coming down. It's not going to make any difference.
The lines have washed. The lines have washed off.
Play started.
Yeah, Spurs plays on. Yeah, but they're just talking in the background.
Why has anyone got Spurs play? Go to Leicester. You can register and get it for free. Just saying, everyone.
So you can have an IPTV and watch it for free.
Well, yeah, I see Clive Allen there trying to suggest that there is still a reason to there is benefit in playing it if the game's going ahead.
Can we just do a pre-season to the Algarve next time?
Yeah, just go and play in Spain. It's chucking it down, says Alex Apostolou. All right, well, we'll keep going for a minute. Can you guys? I need to bust him to go to the bathroom. Can I leave you in the steady hands of?
Oh, we're in charge again. Sweet.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna stick up the be right back button. I'll mute us all for.
Terrible.
Be right back. Like closed for lunch. Closed for Shorty's piss break.
Now, let me ask you a question. So Harry Kane, is Harry Kane going to be here at the end of the season? I'll leave that with you. I'll be here at the start of the season. I'll leave that with you guys to discuss. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
No, I don't think he will be. I really don't. I think that for me, it's too there's so much conversation around it now. I think that they've got some money now, haven't they, Bayern, from selling Mane. So they're going to come in with this offer. And now he's saying he's not signing a contract. It kind of makes it more difficult for us because we look like we're going to have to accept it or let him go on a free. So I think it would be so silly to let him go on a free, in my opinion. What do you think, Nick?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd rather have a season of Harry Kane and let him go on a free than get the money and waste it.
But if we haven't got the money to the point is not having the money is surely more detrimental to the club than to have the money. Not having it is more detrimental because if it's not there, we've not got it. So next season, when we're looking to a replacement, even though there's no replacement for Harry Kane, then obviously what we're going to do? We're not going to have that extra money to put towards him, a replacement or two, or whatever you want to call them, to go towards the team. So I think that'd be a really silly thing to do. For what this season? For what we're going to really get out of it? Because at the end of the day, I don't think we're going to get Europe. That's my honest opinion, and I don't expect us to get Europe either. So what's Harry Kane going to really do? Like, it's going to be there, be in the system, and then we have to change the system up once Harry Kane goes.
Yeah, no, I know. Alistair Gold has just tweeted, definitely not kicking off in 3 minutes. Discussions still ongoing over when or if it does. I mean, I can't see it going ahead.
No, I can't see it going ahead.
If that's what's going on, and they're repainting the lines and everything else, I think it's yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've just looked on the Leicester one, and they're not saying anything either about it. They're not saying it's off. They're saying kick off in 1 minute and 25 seconds. So
No chance.
Don't know. I honestly don't know.
Even our pre-seasons games are Spursy.
Yeah, pretty much. We're just Spursy all round, aren't we? Let's be honest.
It's not good.
The thing is, it's just a silly thing to do, knowing that it's a monsoon season over there, to book a game. Like, you think they would check these things, don't you think?
Yeah.
Clearly not. Like other teams are doing ones in America, and we go to a place where it's going to be pouring down with bloody rain.
Yeah, but you know why? Because of the sponsors and the.
I know.
That's the reason.
Yeah, no, I understand. Why.
Yeah, but yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah, it's not the. Oh, excuse me. It's not the. It's not the most sensible of decisions.
No, definitely not. I think it's just silliness to do it. And if they go ahead, even if it is delayed, like I say, it's just not worth it at all. It really ain't, because the rain isn't going to clear enough for them to be able to clear the pitch.
No.
Because the way that the pitches are, it's not the same as obviously what we have with our pitches with the drainage system.
Yeah. Again, it's not going to be as good as it is over here. Let's have a look now, see if anyone else has tweeted anything.
See what this is going on here, because I've got it on my phone. See if they're. Oh. Yeah, they're not. Leicester, they've just literally got kick off and then it's not come on. So I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah, it's proper wet. Proper wet.
That's what he said.
That's what Sean said. He's been a long time for a wee, hasn't he?
It must be his old age.
Yeah.
Yes, he must have problems. You know what I mean?
So, definitely not kicking off. There's nothing else.
No, I can't see anything else that's being said about it. Let us know in the chat. Anyone know? Let us know what's obviously going on, if you've seen anything different to what we're seeing.
Exactly, Bush Ranger. Somehow the rain will be Levy's fault.
Oh God, yeah, definitely Levy's fault. I stubbed my toe this morning. It was Levy's fault.
Sorry, I went down I had to get a glass of water as well, and then as soon as I walked up the stairs, I smashed the glass all over the floor. I've now got soaking wet shorts. Everything's coming up Millhouse. What's going on? Is the game on or is the game off?
Well, we haven't kicked off, so not that I can see.
Oh, look, football blog, like Football London Live blog.
So this is the least entertaining YouTube you'll ever find. Like all of us are just checking our phones.
I don't know what's going on. We're in Thailand. Somehow this rain is Levy's fault.
Yeah, definitely.
Blame Levy.
100%.
Hashtag blame Levy and Loud Thunder. If this game goes ahead, players will get injured. That's a really good point.
Yeah, that is a good point. They were slagging you off, Sean. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. We're saying about that Sean man.
You're slagging me off.
We're saying to everyone, don't subscribe to this guy. Come over, subscribe to Spurs Between the Lines.
No, we weren't saying that, Sean. Mia's causing trouble again. You can kick her out, you know. No wonder, he usually does. No wonder she's not in the WhatsApp group, being rude, upsetting people.
All she's got to do is apologise. She knows the rules.
Live on air now. All you got to do is say, "I'm sorry, Sean." Lord 10K hashtag all one word, and then you'll be back.
How much it's going to save you in membership fees?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm supporting you because I want to support a friend. Not, that's the way I am as a person.
I appreciate that.
That's why I do it. Not because
I really appreciate that. I don't share the same sentiment, so I'm someone who's really stubborn. If you want back in, you apologise.
Listen, I'm really stubborn, so this is going nowhere real fast.
Oh my god, this puddles, this pitch. I'm looking at it now. I can see it now.
Those soaking wet shorts are just an upgrade on the Sean Butler dot of shame during the intro. That's the one good thing about having to remove the intro video, even though I love that video. But yeah, the dot of shame is no longer visible. And to those of you who don't know what we're talking about, you'll never know. If you're new around these here parts and you weren't aware of what happened, then you'll never know.
Am I allowed to show you my phone, or will you get copyrighted?
No, go on. What is it? Okay, so it's pouring down.
They're having a meeting. Yeah. They're having a meeting in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah. Oh. Definitely going to get copyrighted for that. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it.
Wasn't that long? It wasn't long enough, Sean. It wasn't long enough.
That's what
she said.
Got there first, Mia. Got there first.
Plus, it was a picture. It wasn't a video, so we weren't distributing stuff.
True, I suppose.
Now, I might end the stream, guys, and then if the game decides to go ahead, we can go again. But I don't really.
We're sitting here for no reason.
Yeah, I don't want to waste everyone's Sunday.
I'm ready. I'm coming down near your way today, Shawnee. Bag shot just round the corner.
Bagshot. There was a club when I grew up. There was a club in the middle of Bagshot. Bagshot's in the middle of nowhere. Like it's absolutely, it's nowhere near many places, and it's near very few. And there's a club there called Pantiles, or there was a nightclub there called Pantiles, and it was like, it basically looked like an old barn, an old big barn, and a farm barn. And but Wednesday nights when all the students would come home from university, that place went off. You had to get to this nightclub at like 7 o'clock at night. It didn't even open until 10, and people just got absolutely smashed in the queue. The queue would go for like a mile down the road. The amount of times that I'd pulled like false nines and box to box sixes in that lineup. It was good times. Good times. We're redrawing the lines one more time. We're trying it again. The pitch looks fine, says 24Z. He's flip-flopping. You're the biggest flip-flop in all of the flip-flops.
Is he part of your crew? He must be part of your crew, right?
He's definitely part of my crew, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I'm going for afternoon tea at Penny Hill Park.
I don't know what that is. It sounds weird.
It's a posh hotel in Bagshot.
Yeah, not where I went. Not where I went, mate.
No, not where you went.
That don't sound like it. Sounded like you were going in the hay, rolling around.
I was, yeah, I did. I like some of those horsey-looking birds. They wanted to get involved. You know what their answer was?
Oh my god!
See what I did there? I'm here all day. Don't matter whether I'm sick or not. I've still got the one-liners. I've still got the farmyard jokes all day long.
They never said nay to you, did they, Sean?
100%.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think I'm going to give up on this one. I think I'm going to end it off now, guys. And then if it does go live, we'll keep an eye on it and we'll go live. We'll start streaming again straight away. I don't want to waste everyone's time unless the game is going. So we'll call it. Get over to Shelf Side. Let me get these links up for you guys. There's still 310 people in the house. It's very cool of you. Here's Range's channel. If you haven't already subscribed to him, if you want to see all the weirdest behavior in the world. and that's where you can find it.
Shenanigans.
And where's the private chat? And also Mia's channel. Where was it? Here we go. Then make sure you subscribe to this lovely lady as well.
Oh.
All right, guys. Listen, yeah. Look, if the game goes ahead, we'll dial back in. But if not, then we might as well wind it up now.
Did you just post there? Live 107. Mike is muted. Removed Spurs Talk Show.
Oh, I'll start that again.
What's he doing?
I'm looking for Mia's channel. That's so weird. What happened there? I don't know what happened.
Don't know.
I hate that when people start to say, "What have you just posted there?" You go, "Oh God!"
What have you posted?
There's Mia's channel, guys. There's Mia's channel. Right, yeah. We'll let you go. Come back over if the game goes live. If not, we'll see you on the next one. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, coming Spurs.